You are listening to a pleasure podcast. For more from our sex podcast collective, visit pleasurepodcasts.com.
This is our first to last week's episode where I did talk to two new people in the building, two cuties. And yes, I was swimming with goggles when doing so.
I think I know those cuties.
Do you?
Are they brunette?
I think so.
I hate to tell you.
To taken.
No,
they're sisters, Mom.
they're not.
Yeah,
I
they
asked
are.
if they were sisters. They're not sisters. They're good friends.
Well, then they're...
And I saw them making out.
we're
Yeah.
talking about different people, Mom.
I hate to
They
break it
told
to
me
you.
they're sisters.
They're lying.
They told me they're sisters.
Sisters that make out together at the pool?
We could be talking about different people.
Okay.
It's uncomfortable to talk about sex, but sometimes it's important to get uncomfortable. Sex Talk with My Mom is the best mom-son podcast about sex.
It's the only one as well.
My mother is a cougar.
My son is a clown.
In a nutshell, my dad died, so my mother decided to create a YouTube channel all about sex, like all mothers do.
And then my son decides to use my material in his stand-up comedy routines.
And thus, Sex Talk with My Mom was born. Welcome to Sex Talk with My Mom. I'm Cam Potter.
And I'm Karen Lee Potter, his mother.
I'm the son, and I'll introduce this episode and this podcast because my mother has too much shit on her mind right now.
Yes, I'm about to talk about hit on or shit on, so leave me be as it is.
I just feel like there's a lot of onus on me to drive this episode. And quite honestly, I'm feeling a little under the weather with my hay fever.
Is this called Sex Talk with My Mom or Fetch with My Son? I'd like to know.
Well, could you just tell me why at the age of 32 I wake up one day and I have ridiculous allergies?
I have no clue.
I've never had allergies in my life. I can't breathe.
Wait, I thought you were 31.
I turn 32 next week.
Okay, so why are you pushing it?
I like to be an old statesman over here.
You are an old Pisces, an old soul. And you also are acting like my father, my poor deceased father.
Why?
You are walking. I don't understand how you can do this. You decided that you're going to take off your jeans and sit there in their boxer shorts and with a sweater on.
Okay.
In the middle of a pandemic right now.
Okay. Why does it matter that we're in a
I
pandemic?
don't know.
If anything, I should be more comfortable because we're in a pandemic.
All right. Well, I thought I'd add that.
I like these Wrangler jeans.
They're from like literally the 80s.
They fit me beautifully.
If they fit you so beautifully, why'd you take them off?
They look beautiful. They feel so fucking tight that my balls are like shrinking to the size of little grapes, little uvas pequeñas.
You know what? No one wears denim anymore. You know why?
Because they shrink your balls like this.
No, it's because nobody wants anything constraining them.
I
From now on, it should be called just wear whatever's comfy.
Free balling.
No one said anything about free balling. Free balling is when you don't wear underpants. You're wearing underpants, thank the Lord.
I had to take off the denims because it was just too much. It's too tight. Even though I look wonderful in them, it's just I can't podcast freely in them. So now I'm wearing. Look at this. I have an ingrown hair right
I don't need to see any of this shit. Okay.
It's because of the denim.
We're about to start the podcast again.
What do you mean start the podcast again?
We're starting it again.
I think these are very important updates to give our listeners.
Okay. Well, that remains to be seen. I would like to go to the next part of our podcast, which we love to start out, which is hit on or shit on.
Let's do it, Mother. Hit on or shit on.
You want to explain what that means?
Yeah, that's part of the show where we share as something that one of you wonderful listeners, you loving, fun sacks of shit listeners.
Oh, that's nice of you to call all our listeners sacks of shit.
Some of them are shittier than others.
No, most of them are sneaky freaks and they're awesome.
But
like
some of them-
99.9%.
Some of them slide in with some very hostile messages that would be considered a shit on. Some of them are loving and very
Most
caring,
of them are loving and caring.
and they give us a nice hit on. This week, you want to share a shit on or a hit on?
Well, I'm not exactly sure if it was a hit on or shit on.
Yep, that's what usually it comes down to.
Okay, because it was on my TikTok, and I had put up a little friendly reminder to people that older women should be appreciated on TikTok and not constantly
Badgered,
berated, and basically bulldozed,
bombarded,
bastardized. Well, whatever. They've done they love to call me names and things like old granny and things like that. So I decided to call them out and say, we need to appreciate older women. What do I get? I got a couple different ones that, talking about old. Here, this was a good one here.
Old people should quit TikTok? I don't think so. Us old people are here to stay.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you're just letting it, skewering the fucking internet with that shit, Mom.
Okay. Then, so you think that that's enough? No, I get another one. This one is even better.
I woke up to this lovely message. Ho. So either he thinks I'm one of those 7 dwarfs. Hi ho, or he thinks I'm a hoe.
Mom, why are you playing your TikToks?
I'm just explaining to you that I was called a hoe and told to leave TikTok, basically. So most of the people were saying you're not a hoe. That he probably, if you look at it from the glasses half full, he was probably writing hot and forgot to put the last T on there.
Oh, interesting.
But I also think he might have been writing hoe.
Hoe.
Although,
Do you take offense to the H-O?
Yeah, he wrote H-O.
So that could be
not H-O-E. It wasn't like a hoe that you
like a planting hoe.
Right. It wasn't a hoe like that.
No, I don't think he was calling you a garden utensil.
And and another guy wrote, I think he wrote something like he wasn't calling you a dwarf, but I'm a dwarf. Huh.
Wait, so
I had dwarfs
are you
writing
offended by this host statement, or are you using this to rabble rouse?
I'm basically rabble rousing. I did get like 500 new followers, so that was.
You do this.
Yeah, I'm
like Ben Shapiro. You're a fucking out there trying
yeah.
to raise up some dirt.
I'm raising dirt
just to get people to fucking follow you.
Oh yeah,
You're unbelievable.
Thank you.
You know, I had a very different experience. I don't even know if this is considered a hit on or shit on that I'd like to share.
Please do.
So, as you know, I've been experimenting with the new social media app phenomenon, Clubhouse.
Oh, yeah. Me too. I'm the one who told you about it. I'm the trendsetter in this group.
So, okay, why do you always need to get the credit?
I need credit for Clubhouse.
You
can take credit for Hinge.
You don't get credit for Clubhouse. You are one of 20 people that told me I needed to join this audio platform.
Wait a second.
Yeah.
Who's the one who was like, oh my God, this is like a really cool app?
Okay, you tried to push it.
And then you're like, shut up. We have enough things on my plate. I don't have time for this.
Did I ever say shut up to you?
It was
Have I ever said shut up to you?
Not really. No, you haven't. Thank you for not saying shut up to me.
Shut up.
I don't. I really don't like when people. You know what really gets me more upset than that? If I can't even watch a TV show if someone spits on someone.
What?
I get so grossed out by that. I just
Wait, where is this coming from?
When someone says shut up, I get a visceral reaction to the word then shut up.
You're just so offended by it?
I'm offended by it when someone says shut
But
up.
what's with the spitting?
That's even worse.
I was in a fucking spitting group.
I forgot about that.
You were grossed by the whole fucking comedy act I was in?
Yes, you dirty Lolo. She was grossed out. She was like, you don't even use Listerine in between?
Well, let me tell you something. So, one of those human fucking fountains, that comedy group that I was in on America's Got Talent,
Yes.
decided to text me the other night. I'm going to call him out. His name is Joel.
Okay.
I don't care. There's no need for a fucking alias. No need to protect any image over here.
Okay, Joel.
Joel decides to text me at 8 p.m. on a random Thursday night and tells me to join this Clubhouse room. So I just click on the Clubhouse room, and by the way, I'm in the middle of cooking you dinner.
What does
for
that
the
mean,
record.
cooking me dinner?
Cooking you dinner.
Why were you cooking me dinner?
Because I'm your little bitch boy that cooks dinner here all the night.
Oh, you want to get into that right now?
We don't need to get into that, but I
Yeah.
just want to set the record straight that I'm cooking you dinner.
I was perfectly happy when Deez was cooking me dinner and I was drinking my wine and I wasn't doing anything besides drinking my wine. He was cooking, he was cleaning, and then you come in the picture and all of a sudden you're like, no, Mom doesn't just get to sit on her ass and do nothing.
Wow,
She has
I don't
to
even
work.
know how you got away with doing
Because
nothing.
I did, okay? He loves to cook. He likes his pots in a
But
certain way.
You don't cook or clean. You don't contribute at all to the meal.
I contribute in my presence.
Okay, all right.
I drink a glass of wine while this is going on, and I'm very pleasant to be around.
Well, I was cooking you fucking dinner.
Okay.
And I got a text from
You
Joel.
were cooking yourself dinner, too.
I also was cooking myself dinner.
Deez.
I'm cooking everyone dinner.
Okay.
I'm fucking slaving away
Okay.
like an Italian grandmother over my fucking stew. And I get a fucking text from Joel saying, join this Clubhouse. Okay? So I click on the fucking app. I join the Clubhouse. And suddenly, I hear Joel just spouting out all of these aspects about my life to the entire 40-person room.
Oh, my gosh.
And I look at the title of the room. It's called Pitch Your Friends. The premise of this room is that you go with a friend into the room and you pitch them as a bachelor or bachelorette to the rest of the fucking room.
I like this. Thank you, Joel, for doing this.
And Caroline Spiegel, who was on our
I know
fucking
Caroline.
podcast,
Yeah.
the one that created Quinn,
Yeah.
the porn audio thing, she was moderating this room.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm so bamboozled by this whole thing. I was not expecting to be just pitched like a little fucking fresh meat to the audience.
Okay, so for our listeners, the little sneaky freaks, just understand he's not sitting there in his boxers. It literally is only audio, so no one can see what you look like or anything.
What the fuck does that matter?
I want to make sure that people understood that.
They can see. So it is all audio, but they can see one picture of you, and the picture that I had chosen, I was not prepared for this bachelor shit.
What?
Was me literally looking like a clown.
I told you not to put that as your
crazy
profile.
eyes.
I told
My
you
eyes
not
are
to.
going everywhere.
How many times have we had to talk that is not your best selling point?
Because I'm usually on there trying to do comedy, not trying to get a girlfriend out
What
of the
did
whole
what
fucking
does this
thing.
picture look like?
It's the one where I'm sitting in front of the clown photo and mimicking the face of the clown.
Oh,
Kind of like
God.
this.
In
Like-
mime outfits and everything?
No, you just see a close-up of my eyes going crazy. Anyway, it wasn't the most flattering shot. And I literally, I was so put off by not to mention that Caroline, the moderator, had already tried to set me up with someone. And it failed.
Well, why aren't you appreciative of all these people trying to set you up?
I am, but a little forewarning.
A little
Preparation. I was talking over myself, babbling. At one point, I start talking, and I was like, "Oh, that doesn't make any sense. I should stop. Should not have said that." Literally talking to myself about how the insecurity flying out.
It's Larry David in the form of it's Richard Lewis.
That's exactly what it was like.
Well, at least it's not Lin-Manuel.
Anyway, so that was I don't know. Is that a hit on or a shit on? It was a poorly addressed hit on.
That was him trying to get someone to hit on you. Did anybody hit on you?
No.
Okay, then it was just shit
Actually,
on.
my other friend who came into the room to listen to me getting pitched did say he would date me.
Oh, you had one of your friends say he'd date you.
Yes.
Are you going to take him up on the offer?
No.
Okay. Well,
anyway, thank you, Joel, for that.
That was very nice.
I don't know what the fuck that was.
That was nice of him.
Anyway,
I don't know why you don't appreciate when your friends try to fix you up. I think that's extremely nice.
can we address the elephant in the room?
You and your boxers?
No.
What?
The fact I can't fucking breathe.
That's not the elephant in the room. All you've done is complain about that elephant for the entire time. That's all you do is complain.
I don't know. I crack open this book called Breath. I'm reading Breath nonstop.
And you don't think this is more than coincidental that you all of a sudden can't breathe?
I don't know. I'm halfway through the book. I stopped being able to breathe. What is that?
It means that you shouldn't be reading that stupid ass book.
It's not a stupid ass book. I'm learning a lot. By the way, you should never tuck out my fucking wisdom teeth.
What?
You should never have allowed me to get my wisdom teeth removed.
You're blaming me because the doctor recommended you get them removed, and I listened to my dentist. You listened, and I paid to have your wisdom teeth taken out properly by a oral surgeon, and now you're saying I shouldn't have done that?
Horrible, horrible mistake.
Oh, he found another thing to blame Mom on.
The whole chapter is about chewing, about how all of our mouths are getting smaller and smaller, and as a result, our nasal passages are getting smaller and smaller, leading to these fucking allergies and all this shit.
All right, so in your next life, you'll be a beaver.
I need to extend my fucking jaw at this point. I need an extender in there.
I got that Invisalign a couple of years ago, and it fucked up my whole bite.
Okay. What, are we going to make this about you?
Yeah.
This is about me not being able to breathe over here.
All right, so when you say address the elephant in the room, what's the result of this whole thing?
I can't breathe.
Thank you for sharing. Can we move on to the next much more important subject?
Yes.
13 years with Deez.
Mazel tov.
Yep, 13 years. I, of course, met him on a leap year that should have signified something right then and there.
For our listeners who have never tuned in before,
our little sneaky freaks.
Deez is her long-standing partner.
Yes.
Not married.
Who lives with me.
But they've been together for 13 years.
Yes. By choice, not married.
And so then you were just having your anniversary.
We had a little anniversary.
What did you do to celebrate?
We went out to dinner, which was like, oh my God. When you go out to dinner, you feel like you're like in a different dimension almost. I do. I feel like I'm in a time warp of some sort. It was so bizarre, the feeling that you have when you're out in a public place and you see people.
Did you start talking to people again?
Of course. Are you kidding me? As soon as, first of all, I had already taken a hit of weed by the time I got there. And as soon as that server comes over, we had a whole discussion.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
So it was a lovely dinner?
It was a lovely dinner. And 13 years of just pure bliss.
I brought you flowers.
Never
Very
a
sweet.
fight. Never a problem.
That's bullshit. Do you have any tips on how to make it 13 years in a long-standing committed relationship?
I have 0 tips.
0 tips?
I don't know how it happened, but yes. You know what it is? This is the only tip I will say. And I think both of us really respect this. We both are not adverse to getting help for anything that comes up. If there's problems that come up, we try to work them out. And I think both of us are very cognizant of trying to help grow. Have both, I would say that that's important to me and in him that we both are growing as individuals.
So deeply, you care for the other person's well-being.
I think it's just important to be with someone who is okay about doing some self-awareness and learning to, what you can do to better yourself.
So no stagnancy.
No. If I was with someone who was like, no, I'm perfect. I don't need to change. I don't need to do anything better with my life. Then I think I'd be bored, and I think that would not be a good match.
Would you say that you bring that type of growth mentality to the table as well?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah. What, are you going to have an argument with me about this?
Well, I just think that, there have been times in our situation, in our where I've heard you say, I don't need that. I'm perfectly fine the way I am.
I say that flippantly.
Yeah, so it's a joke.
But that doesn't mean that I don't take it to heart. I take when people say, if it depends on the source. Like some idiot down the street said something random to me, I'm not going to necessarily listen to it. But if it's someone that I respect and appreciate their opinion, then
like
I
me?
will. Yeah, I appreciate your opinion. What?
I don't think so.
I think so. What? What?
I don't know about that.
Oh my God.
All right, let's move on. Anyway.
So that's 13 years at Deez. And another thing, I feel like, although I really resent the bastardizing of my name, Karen, I was a Karen.
Why?
Because, okay, first of all, the two things happen. Number one, I'm in a hot tub. No, three things. I'm in a hot tub. I see, and a community hot tub.
Okay. What do you mean community hot tub?
Meaning I don't own the hot tub.
So just some random hot tub in the
No,
community?
in my apartment, it's a community hot tub that many people use. I happen to be looking at this one guy, and I see that he's biting on his nails, and then he's actually spitting the nails. Back to the spitting into the hot tub. And he's in there with a friend of his who's oblivious. And I'm thinking to myself, what the fuck is that?
I'm horrified.
And what does one do?
What's the friend doing? Just sitting there in the water with him with their nails.
Nails floating around. Okay, that was the first thing. The second thing is I would like Sneaky Freaks to weigh in.
What did you do about that?
I didn't know what to do, so I just told people at the pool. I don't know why I felt the need to tell other people at the pool what was going on over there.
So you were hoping someone else
I was
says
kinda
you need to go
hoping
drain the fucking hot tub or something?
And it's like if someone took a shit, like in Caddyshack when someone turned out it was a Tootsie Roll. I was hoping that it was just maybe my imagination, so I took a closer look, and it was really.
How are you taking these close looks?
I went
close to him?
I went as close as I could without him noticing it.
And you were like doing these pass-bys?
A recon mission, and I saw that what was going on, and he was actually just chewing the nails and spitting them in the hot tub.
Horrifying.
Can you imagine if you're sitting there and a couple nails float away and they attach themselves to your body? Okay.
God.
Anyway, so that was one of Karen Lee's pet peeves.
I don't like that.
The second is that I'm in the dog run with the dog, and all of a sudden this crazy-eyed dog comes running up to me, and his oblivious owner just sees that the dog is just like leaping on me, scratching on me, jumping on me, scratching at my clothing. And I'm like, what the fuck? Why is she not like doing anything? So I'm like kneeing it down, which is what you're supposed to do. And the dog is oblivious, just hyper, scaring the shit. I thought Gus was going to have a heart attack.
What kind of dog are we talking?
It was a mutt of some sort with different color.
Disgusting dog.
Disgusting eyes, crazy eyes, one brown, one blue. I mean,
maybe you just didn't know what you were.
And you know what she said? The dog's being Gigi, the dog. Gigi's being very submissive, I found out, when she lays down. She's being submissive to your dog. I'm like, I don't think so. Gigi's like mounting Gus, like, oh my God. So that was the second part. What do you do with the dog owner that clearly doesn't give a fuck or know how to raise a dog and just allows the dog to jump all over you? And the third thing, I get in the elevator. I mean, all these can be remedied if I lived in a freestanding home.
Remove yourself from other people.
Exactly, I should be. And I get in the elevator. Two guys are there. One is carrying his mask, and the other one has it below his chin. And I look at them. I'm like, hello, mask. Oh, yeah, mask. Like earth-shattering revelation. They put him on, and I go, I'm doing it because, I don't want to infect you. And also, there's a camera here, and you can get fined. He goes, oh, I've already been fined.
What a dingus.
What a dingus. So those are Karen Lee's Quetches.
Oh, new segment of the show, Karen Lee Quetches.
Yep.
I love that.
That's all I got to tell you.
I would like to share a little life update on my end.
I would love to hear.
I'm back in the dating game, people. I'm out there on the apps.
I think the sneaky freaks are very well aware of that.
I'm doing the thing.
Many dates.
Meeting up with people. And then, because I got back in the dating game, I started reflecting on, my past year of dating and lack thereof. I thought about it and I realized there were 3 people with whom I went on dates who I did not have closure with.
Oh, no.
These are people
Oh, no.
that I went on, back in September,
Oh, no.
6 months ago, I went on dates.
Oh.
And then it was a FaceTime, and I didn't really know. This is the first time that I was really doing FaceTime dating. And, I thought, one day, do I need to have a follow-up conversation with them?
So
do I not? And I would ask my friends, they're like, no, if they want to get in touch with you, they'll get in touch with you, and they'll say, let's hang out again. If not, you'll get in touch with them. So I just let it go. And, I didn't have any closure in that. But then, for some reason, this past Saturday, I woke up in the morning, and I said, doesn't feel right.
Oh, no.
Does not feel
You've
right.
done this before. I know where this is. This is like when you thought someone was pregnant after not talking to them for 7 months.
So 6 months later, I decided, you know what? We got to get some closure. So
I know where this is going. Well, maybe you were too picky back then. Now your standards have changed.
Well, let me tell you what happened. So I start firing off these messages, very heartfelt messages about how I hope I didn't cause them any suffering.
To how many women?
3.
Oh, my goodness.
And these are people I've had conversations with. They might not even remember who I am at this point.
Or they know and they think you're an asshole.
Right. So 2 of them didn't respond. One of them responded, though.
Oh.
And she was like, yeah, you didn't cause me any suffering. I was disappointed when you didn't, follow up over here.
Very mature.
And then we start, she's like, how's it going now? And I'm like, yeah, I got a little more steam in the engine, wind in the sails going.
Steam in the engine?
I
You didn't use that term, did you?
I actually said,
no.
well, I did say something like, I lost a little steam. That was in my intro. I lost some steam after our conversation. That's why I didn't follow up. I'm sorry. She's like, well, how's the steam now? And I was like, well, there's more steam. I got vaccinated, so there's more steam in the sails. Steam in the sails. I shouldn't have said that.
Wind in the sails.
It's wind in the sails.
The wind beneath my wings.
It's wind in the sails, steam in the
You're
engine.
flying all over the place.
Exactly. So anyway,
You basically told her, I'm horny now. I'm ready to reduce my standards.
I did not say that.
Well, what were you intimating?
That I'm more open-minded now that I can meet up with people in person.
Uh-huh.
So we got a date in person now.
Oh, boy.
6 months later, the follow-up.
This could be the story of your wedding.
Could you believe that?
Can you imagine?
And I was thinking, could you imagine if it is the story of my wedding, and then I have to get shat on the rest of my life for having,
blown her off in the first place.
lost steam.
You lost the wind beneath your wings.
That's right. But you
know
listen,
what? I like this.
I said thank you very much for not holding a grudge.
That's right. The other 2 clearly held grudges. But then again, let
they
me ask you
might
something.
not remember who the fuck I am.
They probably don't. But let me ask you another question. Where was she? Why didn't she call and follow up and say, hey, why didn't we ever talk again?
She kind of did.
Oh, she did.
But then I kind of let it fall flat.
Okay.
She it was a text exchange, but
I think this has potential. I'm happy.
she was traveling. I was not in a good place.
Everybody was a little off at that point.
She said I get a COVID hall pass.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm beginning to like this girl.
Yeah, you would like her.
Oh, cool.
All right.
All right.
I do have one more thought related to online dating.
Yes.
I have a new rule.
What?
I don't make a decision about whether or not I want to go out with this person again on the call that I'm
Is that what you've been doing?
Yeah, because you end the conversation and inevitably the person's like, okay, well, are we going to hang out again? Or they'll say, okay, good talking to you. Or it's very ambiguous. So now I cut through the bullshit and I just say, how about we reconnect in a couple days and evaluate whether we want to continue seeing each other?
That's brave.
Why?
I used to be what's known as a kunilemmel.
Which is Yiddish for
wimp.
Wimp. Why?
I would go out in person with someone and clearly I wasn't interested considering I had your brother call and end the date for me.
Yeah.
And I still couldn't tell the guy I wouldn't want to see him again. I just couldn't do it.
Yeah.
And I know, and some people say, especially men, say they'd rather hear right from the get-go if they even have a shot at going out again. I just couldn't do it. But
Well-
you're saying don't have that shot. Just
Well, the problem I have is that I get so wrapped up in the conversation. I get so, I'm like, oh yeah, I could see this person again, and then I say, okay, let's hang out, and then it dawns on me, I don't really want to hang out with this person,
okay.
and that's after the call, and at that point I'd already committed to, and then you get into this situation where you lose steam in the sails, and
All right,
then
so
you end up ghosting.
you've given the qualifier.
So
Let's
I just
talk
say
in two to 3 days
Wait,
qualifier.
1 to 2 days.
1 to 2 days.
We'll reflect on this, and we'll reconnect and see if we want to continue forward. And
We're going to call that
no matter
Cam's
what
qualifier.
Even if I want to go out with the person or I don't want to go out with the person,
You're
there's
still
a
giving-
reconnect in 1 to 2 days just to let it digest.
Yeah, because if you are at all like leaning one way or the other, maybe things can change depending on after some contemplation. Because sometimes your mind says, it's not going to work out, and you don't give the person a second chance.
Right. Exactly.
Sometimes you're like, oh yes, hell yes, and it'll still be a good thing because you thought about it and you get even more excited.
Or sometimes you say hell yes, and then it's like, well, actually, it's not a good idea.
Okay, I like it.
Thank you, Mother.
Are you thinking what I'm thinking?
What is it, Mother?
It's time for Mom's News.
Mom's News.
Mom's News.
Mom's News, a segment of our show where my mother shares groundbreaking, earth-shattering, need-to-know information with you.
Our sneaky listeners. Yeah, today I don't have the usual Mom's News, which comes from some tabloid overseas. I have something even better.
Oh, wow. What
I
could be
have-
better than
I-
the groundbreaking Mirror tabloid from the UK?
A Facebook post of someone I don't know, but it I'm just gonna play it because what it is it's a young girl. I don't know. She looks like a teenager of some sort who has just had oral surgery, and she is under anesthesia. And this is what she's talking about to her doctor and her mother.
That's
You need
lit.
to try to avoid smoking for about a week.
Oh, wait. What about vaping, though?
Anything that's going to cause any sucking.
Jesus Christ. I can't so big either.
Sophia! Jesus, shut up. Oh, don't turn into a crier. You're not depressed.
I can't so big, Mom.
That was her saying, "I can't suck dick, Mom."
She got her fucking wisdom teeth out.
There you
Probably.
go.
And then she can't suck dick. This is why we should not be getting wisdom teeth pulled.
This comes full circle.
That's exactly right.
And she's blaming her mother too. She can't
That's true.
blame. She can't. You're blaming me because you apparently have some deformed mouth, and she's blaming her mother because she can't suck dick
That's exactly right.
you-
Nor vape.
or vape or smoke weed.
Mm-hmm.
Can you imagine? She was very, very upset.
That dentist probably was having the time of his life.
I mean, I don't understand why she's so upset about not being able to suck dick.
I don't know either.
I mean, why is that such a wonderful? I use it as an excuse. It's a good excuse. I can't suck dick today. I just got the wisdom teeth out. Oh, that's the last thing I'd want to do. And this girl's all she's thinking about is she can't suck dick. She must be pretty good at it.
I mean,
Anyway, well,
thank
that
you
was
for that
Mom's
fucking
News. Mom's News. Mom's News.
Delightful Mom's News, Mother.
What kind of mother is that anyway? That she decides to put this on YouTube, which then what ended up on Facebook.
I'm glad that you found that and shared it with our lovely listeners. I wanted to share something with our listeners.
And by the way, I can post again on Facebook.
Congratulations.
I don't know why. I don't know how. And I don't know when. But somehow or another, I was able to get my rights back to posting on Facebook.
You're the only mother I know that gets fucking blacklisted from Facebook.
Because of one little video that I just explained 5 ways to have wild sex, which I think is a mitzvah.
Oh, I'm glad that you're giving that gift to the world. I wanted to give a gift to the world in mentioning our favorite lube that everyone should be using.
Well, especially this girl now that she's resorting to hand jobs.
Oh, she's got to use hand jobs, and now what better than Uber Lube to save the day?
Uber Lube is our favorite lube, and there are many reasons. Would you like to tell us why? What are your top 3?
Okay, first of all,
And don't use mine.
the ingredients are very simple. They're body friendly. It's safe to use. It's just high-grade silicone with a little vitamin E.
I like it because you could use it for all 3 different orifices. Oral, anal.
And vaginal.
God damn it, I said I wanted to say that.
It's perfect for any of your needs.
It is.
And guess what? If you got sensitive skin, if you're concerned about your pH balances, this is the lube for you. Dermatologists, doctors, this is their go-to lube.
It's not sticky. It doesn't have a taste. It doesn't have a smell. It really is a perfect lube.
You get it on your sheets. You can put it in the wash. It comes out. It's the perfect lube. You want 10% off?
Yes, I do.
Go to uberlube.com That's UBERLUBE.com. And use promo code MOM. You'll get 10% off and free shipping. It's your best lube. You need lube. This is how you get it. You can go into our episode description. You can click on the link there and you'll get it yourself.
And that's Uber Lube to save the day.
Mother,
Yes.
is it time for...
You don't know tarot.
I thought it was time for fucking Cam's Uppers, but I guess it's You Don't Know Tarot. You totally knew where I was going, and you're like, I don't want to go there right now.
I didn't want to go there right now.
I knew it. All right, we can play fucking tarot.
We're going to do Cam's Uppers in a minute, but it is so important right now that we do tarot card readings.
I know you. You're like, we got to be strategic when we do Cam's Uppers because we're going to lose half our audience by the time we do the fucking Cam's Uppers.
There we go. We'll never get to the tarot cards if we put Cam's Uppers next.
My mother hates the segment of the show that I get to fucking host.
No, I don't
because
hate
she
it.
thinks it's boring
Everybody,
as fuck.
I always learn from it. I do.
Yeah, my ass, you always learn from it. By
All
the way,
right.
I looked at your note. So my mom and I go to a meditation class every Sunday morning.
We don't go to it.
We tune in virtually. And
It's on Zoom.
it's on Zoom, and it's very sweet. My mother sometimes takes notes.
I do.
So somehow the family at our family dinner discovered your note, and it just has one word on it.
Yes,
Anger.
that's right.
That's the fucking note you take from the whole lecture about anger and managing anger.
I took some extensive notes. You know
Oh
what
my
you know what I
God.
think happened?
What?
I think I checked my TikTok in the middle.
No way.
I
You're
wrote
checking your TikTok in the middle of our meditation class?
Yes.
You gotta be kidding me.
I think that's what happened.
Oh my God.
And so
I
I
would
only
get
got the
so
first-
fucking fed up. Thank God we do this separately. Because if I were in the same place as you, I would get so
You
fucking
would be
fed
you'd
up.
walk the fuck out.
And then with Deez, talk about how the meditation teacher is constantly making noise and
He
shit.
doesn't like that when he's so ADHD. He cannot handle that. She clicks on that. She's looking at the chat and she's looking at it. She's clicking away. She's making noises.
All right, let's
All
do
right,
a little fucking tarot
so,
cards.
So in order to, since we didn't get the full meditation response, we got tarot card readings instead. When just so sneaky freaks know, we don't know shit about tarot cards, and we are just making this shit up as we go along. But 9 times out of 10, it's very accurate.
Ooh,
Wouldn't you say?
yes.
Yeah. So would you like to go first?
Why do you put me on the spot?
All right, I'm going to go first.
Yeah, you got a question for the deck?
I want to know what the next 13 years with these is going to bring.
Oh wow.
Okay, let's bring it out there.
Okay, so mix that shit up.
Yeah, and don't nobody bring me no bad news. That's from The Wiz. You knew that?
Yeah, I do
All
know
right,
that.
here we go. Oh, it's backwards again. I hate when it's backwards.
What is it, Mother?
It's a backwards number 2. It's a guy holding a world. He's got a rod, and he's got another rod.
It sounds like there's going to be a lot of dicks.
we
It
got-
sounds like this might become a triad
I think
relationship.
this could be. This is something that Deez and I have been speaking about. No, I'm just kidding. It's actually upside down, which means it's going to be challenging.
It's you're looking out into the future. He's holding a globe.
Yeah.
He's got these 2 rods flanking him, and he's holding one of them.
And what do you think it means?
I think you're trying to look into the future.
Yes, I think that's what we are doing when we read tarot cards. We're looking into the future.
I think that's my interpretation of
Thank
it.
you. That was so helpful.
I think because it's upside
The
down.
question is, I'm looking into the future.
Because it's upside down,
Because-
you have no clue what the future holds. Is
Okay.
my interpretation of
That's
this
a
card.
great. That's a wonderful prediction. I guarantee it's going to be accurate because it's upside down. My world is upside down.
I don't even know if
My
I were
world
to
is pretty-
Google. I don't even know how I would Google this fucking card.
I will.
The 2 of staffs.
Yeah,
what is
the
that?
2 of rods.
2 of rods.
Yeah, there's 2 rods.
Don't you start? You're gonna start looking this up right now.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
This
well,
is.
yeah,
Mom.
we're gonna just look it up. Oh, the 2 of rods. No, they're showing me bathroom curtain rods. All right, are you ready? Are you ready to
I'm
pick?
gonna-
Go pick.
It is. It's going to be my birthday at this point next week.
Okay.
So I would like to know, within the last week of my 31st year, what kind of, what can I expect?
What?
What can I expect in the last
for
year, the last week of my 31st
Just from
year?
one more. The next week, you want something very specific.
Yes, I want to know, A, will I get a girlfriend in the next week?
B, will I get laid with
will
this
will
girlfriend?
we sell the fucking TV show next week?
Oh, the TV show.
C, will I be able to breathe again in the next fucking week?
This is all in the next week. And D, will you find a pair of pants to put on that are not going to, have your ingrown hairs develop.
This is it. The sun.
Oh my God! That's
I
a
got
great
the sun.
That is, you got the sun.
What does that mean, Mom?
That means that you got a sunny future.
Sunny week?
You should have picked more than the week. This is a kid, a naked kid, similar to you, by the way.
On a horse?
On a horse. It looks like
Is it a unicorn or a
it's
horse?
not. No, it doesn't look like. I don't see a unicorn there.
Oh, I can't see
Possibly.
with my eyes like this.
Yeah, and it's got this like curtain or follow the yellow brick
You're
road
really
thing.
in with the whole curtain thing.
Well, what is that?
It's a cape.
It's a flag.
I don't
And
know,
then-
but the sun is shining out bright. It's looking like the last week of my 31st year is going to be hot.
And it looks like you're going to grow a lot of sunflowers, which means we're going to sell a lot of sex talk with my mom.
All right. I'm glad. Thank you for that tarot
It's a
reading.
very sunny tarot. I mean, this is probably the best tarot card there is.
Thank
so
you, Mother.
I
Have
think
you ever pulled the sun?
I've never even done tarot card readings before. So no.
Yeah, how do you even know that's good?
And why do I always pick the backwards one?
Why do you assume-
Very disturbing that it's backwards.
Why do you assume the sun is so good? It could be like a little
What?
global warming
Oh
situation.
My God.
The sun is getting
I'm just
too
gonna
close.
tell you right here.
Don't. You start
Sun
Googling again?
card, tarot.
You waste so much time when you start Googling this shit.
Oh my God. The keywords: positivity, fun, warmth, success, vitality.
Look at that.
Doesn't get better than that.
Okay.
The sun radiates with optimism and positivity. Why couldn't you have done the whole year? You had to pick 1 week.
All right. Let's
All
move.
right.
Can we move on? I
And
would
that
like
was
to.
tarot cards.
I would like to begin
You
my.
don't know tarot.
You don't know tarot.
Now I got to try to pick that card.
You're going to start.
I'm loading
you're
the deck.
Rigging the deck to
I'm
put that on
rigging the
top.
goddamn deck. I'm doing it. I
All right.
want that sun card. I don't want
I'd
that
like to begin my
backwards two
final
rods.
week. My final week of the 31st year with. Cam's Uppers is the place to be.
Fun living is the life for me.
I would like you to introduce Cam's Uppers, Mother.
Cam Suppers is the segment of our show where he usually speaks about something that is
Really interesting,
and sometimes can be considered
compelling, heartwarming. It will jog your creativity and your philosophical thoughts.
and many times people think of it as
Lovely, something that they need in their lives on a daily basis. But unfortunately, we only have once a week podcast.
okay. Now you see already how you slowed the whole tempo down. It's not funny. It's already very boring.
Okay, can I just share something I've been thinking about?
Let's just hear what have you been thinking about?
Okay, so I had an experience this past week which put some things in perspective. So my brother, he works at a vaccination site. He's younger than me.
Oh.
And he got a second shot, and he wasn't feeling great the next day.
The
He was
vaccine
yeah,
for the
the
COVID,
vaccine
yeah.
was making him all fucking weird. This is all to say you should still get your vaccines, people. It's very good for the world and for you.
And he's okay today.
And he's totally fine
Yeah.
now. But anyway, he had a rough day. He was telling me he was gonna eat cream of wheat and a can of Campbell's soup. And I said, "No, your body's healing. You need some good food."
That's my son.
So I ordered him on Door. I was about to bring it to him, but then he was like, "No, don't bring it to me." So I ordered him DoorDash.
Which I think was the sweetest thing I've ever
I
heard
got
in my
him some
life.
brunch and some orange juice,
Oh.
and he said it really made his day. And I started thinking about this. I felt so good doing this.
You felt good. I felt two emotions. One, I was so thrilled that the two brothers could do this for one for the other. And two, I felt like the worst mother in the world for not thinking about giving my son something to eat when he had this goddamn COVID shot and he had a fever.
Well, this is why you have me around. And I started thinking about, in my brother's life, I love to inhabit a role of like, I call it the B.O.B., the baller older brother,
Oh, the Bob roll.
the Bob role, or it could be just, a more fatherly role.
Or the OG roll.
And I consciously go into this role for him. Like, I'm like, oh, I'm going to play this role for him in his life
And
by choice.
And I think he appreciates it. Let me tell you something. It's not just because your father passed away. Because even when you were like a youngster, like in 6th grade, and you'd be in the car getting a ride home from another mother, and mothers would tell me this, he was getting out of the car, and you would literally say to him, "Don't you want to say thank you to the driver?" You did. Yeah, people would say your son is teaching your other son manners, which I like.
Well, so I started thinking about that's a nice role to play for him. And it's something you can consciously choose to do. I don't often think about the roles I play in other people's lives. Like, I kind of just let my life take me wherever it may, and then whatever relationship develops. But I start thinking, well, what would it look like if I actually played this B.O.B. role for, say, my sister, who happens to be older than me?
Okay.
Or for you, or for, it could be a homeless person.
Well, you see how you play it for me when you were resentful when you have to cook me a meal.
Excuse me, I cook every fucking night.
And you
One night.
You just complained about it.
No, I was not complaining. I just wanted to note that I was cooking you dinner.
Oh, so you want to be the B.O.B. to me, but you want a little pat on the back there.
Yeah, I would like a little pat on the back. But anyway, can I? What the fuck? Can I just go on with my fucking Cam's uppers, which is not boring for the record. I want the record to be shown.
It's actually not boring.
It's
Go
not.
ahead.
It's not boring.
It's very sweet.
So, it's an interesting question to ask myself sometimes, which is like, what role do I want to play in this person's life? Do I want to be the father figure? Do I want to be the brother figure? Do I want to be the annoying random neighbor? You could play all these roles.
I guarantee you that I'm not the most favorite in the hot tub.
That's
these days.
exactly. So, I think we should ask this to ourselves sometimes. I felt resistance playing this role to certain people for fear of being taken advantage of, actually, or taken for granted.
So this is a heavy duty.
A lot of introspection going on.
A lot
around
of self-awareness and introspection.
Yeah. So I would encourage you sneaky freaks, maybe that's an interesting question to ask yourselves. What role do you play in the people's lives around you?
And the thoughtful qualities that go in that, because that was a very thoughtful thing. And when I heard that you did that, then made me think, oh, I should go bring him dinner.
Did you?
No. But I asked him if he wanted it, but he said his girlfriend was bringing him dinner.
Oh.
But at least I offered, and I checked up on him several times. So
That's
I think
very
he
good.
was really happy about that. But that was
We all contribute in our own ways.
Yeah, I contribute in the gift of laughter.
I'm so happy that you offered that. That's
Cam's
Cam's Uppers.
Uppers
It's
is
the
the
place
place
to
to
be.
Anyway.
You're not going to finish the song?
No, I already
Fun
did it.
living
We
is
already
a
did.
life
I don't
for
do it
me.
twice. It's a one time.
It's Cam's Uppers.
Cam's Uppers is over.
All right. What did you want to go on to say, Mother? What kind of riveting shit did you need to share?
I was just thinking about glory holes because you brought that up to me before. And I thought you should mention what you were just telling me before because it was rather hilarious.
Okay. Well, I was on Clubhouse, my app of choice at this point right now, and I decided, I'm naked right now. No one can see me. What if I just made a room called Talk to a Naked Man?
And let's stop right there.
Yeah.
Why did you decide you need to put a room together that says talk to a naked man?
I just wanted to see if people would join just because
what
they
do you
want to talk to a
think?
naked man.
If I saw that, I'd be like, no, not knowing who you are, but seeing, first of all, your picture, which you just described as some crazy-eyed clown
Yeah.
that says, want to talk to a naked man.
Yeah.
I would stay the fuck away from that room. And you would too.
Well, guess what? I had one visitor.
And who was this?
Billy Presida, the man whore from the
Man
Man Whore podcast.
The Man Whore podcast. I love this. This is hilarious.
So
we have had him on our podcast, and he is a hoot.
So he joins the room. He actually is naked in his profile picture.
Of course, because he's the one who, by the way, who told me what a bukkake was. I never even heard of one before that.
So he starts telling me, we start catching up. I'm naked. I don't care. I'm getting dressed.
So he's naked, you're naked, but neither of you could see
He's
each other.
actually not currently naked, but in the picture he was naked.
How do you
so
know
people thought
how do
if
you
they
know?
were to stop by that he was actually the naked man.
How do you know that he wasn't naked?
I mean, he
Because
could have been naked. That would have been a little bizarre. If
my
he would-
bet is that he was totally naked because he's the most bizarre person when it comes to that kind of stuff. I know.
Well, he
He's very
was asking
free.
me about my sex life during the pandemic, and of course that was pretty non-existent.
What did he say to you? Did he give you any
Well, I asked him how his was going, and he said, "Oh, it's been great. I set up
full throttle?
I set up a glory hole, and then put on my apps that I got the glory hole going."
Okay, so sneaky freaks. I did not know what a glory hole was, but I could tell you what it is.
What is it, Mother?
I kind of think it's really quite hot.
You think it's hot?
I mean, I would never do it.
Would you stop by Billy Presita's glory hole?
No, I would not. It's just the whole idea of not. Okay, so it's a hole in a wall, and one person's on one side of the wall, and the other person's on the other, and the person who has a dick sticks their dick in that glory hole, and the other person that sucks it or plays with it or does a hand job or adds uber lube and then does a hand job. Who knows what's going on there?
How big are these? How thick is the wall, and how big are these dicks? And so I asked him.
I don't know how big the dicks are, but did you ask him?
So he was, this is for COVID purposes. That he didn't want to get any germs, but he did want to get his dick sucked, or he went. I don't.
You
maybe
can't get germs still when you're sucking COVID germs
I
all
think
over
if
the dick.
if it's a respiratory situation, I don't think it's that bad. I don't know. He said he had quite a few people stop by.
Oh my God.
He had basically
That is hilarious.
He set up a curtain and cut a hole in the curtain.
Oh my God.
So I guess in that situation, it's cut. The thing is thin.
It's very thin, and it's almost like a dental dam of some sort.
But you could no, I would not. Do not, sneaky freaks. Do not take her at that word, saying they think it's a dental dam.
I'm saying it's a concept of a dental dam, the same concept where there's
He probably reciprocated through that fucking little hole.
Who knows what he did through that hole?
Imagine that hole. Oh,
How do you clean the curtain afterwards?
it's so
Oh
much.
my God!
And do you get to see the person?
No,
There's a lot of
you can't see the
questions.
person because there's a goddamn sheet between you. Like
So you
like
just
the
see a
Hasidic-
genital?
You see the Hasidic Jews do that when they have their first night of sex. They put a hole there and they stick the dick in there. And
So maybe he was trying to reimagine the whole Hasidic tradition.
That is, what's so funny is that in the apartment that I rent, I have these glass doors, and instead of a handle, for some reason they just have a hole. So Deez is always like walking by, thinking it's a glory hole, and sticking his dick in there.
Oh my!
And I'm like, get your goddamn dick out of there, because I'm trying to go to the bathroom and take a shit.
Unbelievable.
So that's our segment on glory holes.
We have some sneaky freak texts I wanted to get to. You ready for this, Mother?
I'm ready.
Johnny wrote in, "Hey friends, I'm feeling compelled to tell you where I spent my sunny Sunday afternoon. The cemetery.
What?
It was a beautiful and warm enough sunny Oregon day, and we walked up through the cemetery past our favorite tree and up into the woods on the edge of the cemetery. I won't get into the details, but my friend and I had a super fun photo session for my OnlyFans page."
At the cemetery.
Wow.
Okay. I've heard some freaky things. That's a sneaky, freaky thing right there.
That's a sneaky, freaky thing to do.
He's doing it for the OnlyFans.
OnlyFans.
Oh, Johnny, you are the woman.
She's got it.
I love this. This is great.
You want to read the next one, Mother?
Rachel, hey guys, regarding lube, I love it.
Where the fuck are you reading this?
I guess I'm on the wrong page. Where are you?
I'm reading the one under Johnny.
Oh, I know.
This person said, "I think I mentioned yoni massage to you guys before. Cam should look into getting a license for this." And then they sent me a link to how watchorgasm.events. What is your session really like? Okay, thank you for that advice. You think I should learn how to do yoni massages, Mother?
I think you should stick with the basics here.
You don't think I can benefit from a yoni massage class?
I don't know. I told you I had a massage class with Deez once, and he ended up massaging a model, and I was taken aback by that whole thing.
That's fair.
All right.
Marley says, "Lolling at your banter again as usual. Can we back up for a sec, Cam? What type of goggles are we wearing for swimming and or lady hunting?"
She's got a point there.
This refers to last week's episode where I did talk to two new people in the building, two cuties, and yes, I was swimming with goggles when doing so.
I think I know those cuties.
Do you?
Are they brunette?
I think so.
I hate to tell you.
To taken.
No,
No, they're sisters, Mom.
they're not.
Yeah,
I
they
asked
are.
if they were sisters. They're not sisters. They're good friends,
Well, then they're.
and I saw them making out.
We're
Yeah.
talking about different people, Mom.
I hate to
They
break it
told
to
me
you.
they're sisters.
They're lying.
They told me they're sisters.
Sisters that make out together at the pool?
We could be talking about different people.
Okay.
Anyway, I would like to answer Marley's question, which
Yeah,
is
go
what
ahead.
kind of, they were Speedo goggles, bright green, lime green. And also, Karen Lee, my baby boy has a semi-innie, and the doctor said it's just because he's a chubby little guy.
Oh, that's so cute.
What is that referring to, the penis or the belly button?
I think she was talking about the dick. Yeah, we didn't talk about belly buttons, but either way, it's cute.
I think being tumultuous sleeper is pretty common. Luckily, my husband huddles onto the edge of his side and tolerates all my bullshit.
Okay, so that's in reference to me sleeping with Deez and having him last night. Poor Gus, who, as you know, is elderly and not doing too well, and sleeps in the bed. I have not been able to sleep all through the night because I'm so worried about him. He was like snuggled up against Deez's back, and I was so scared Deez was gonna roll over and literally smother him. I couldn't sleep all night because I was so worried about it. Yeah, I'm glad you find that sweet.
T says, "Hey, T here. Just listened to episode 348. Cam, I'm a grower, not a shower. And when it's cold, my penis sucks in too." just for the record, was the last person describing her baby's dick half
Yes.
semi-innie because I was saying that I think my dick shrunk recently?
Yeah, I think she was.
Because I was calling it an innie? Is she
We didn't-
comparing my dick to a baby's penis?
I think she was.
Okay. Fine. T on the is here giving me some fucking props for sharing this, saying that his penis sucks in two.
There was a Seinfeld episode about that too, about
Really?
shrinkage. Yeah, about shrinkage in the pool.
Well, T says it looks like a grub worm with a turtleneck sweater on. Lol. That's a great description.
A grub worm with a turtleneck sweater on.
That's exactly
oh my
right.
God. I'm just the visual of the grub. Oh God. Okay. That sounds so appealing.
He also recommended to you, Karen, try cleaning your glasses with shaving cream so they won't fog up.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Really?
Why not?
Do you think that shaving cream is going to prevent it
Well,
from
when I
fogging?
was scuba diving, they told us to spit in our goggles.
Yeah, but
and-
what
and-
the shaving cream? It almost could be a joke. If
I think he's joking.
I don't know because it's like you have all that white shit on there.
Well, I'm sure you put it on there and then you wash it off.
Oh, maybe it would work.
All right.
It probably would work.
That was in response to me trying to figure out how to shave below the belt without being able to see with your reading glasses.
That's right. And then he goes on to say, thanks for y'all's show. Love them. Keep up the good work. Yes, this is the same T from the cuckold episode.
Oh, that guy was hilarious.
I love you,
That's
T.
worthwhile to go back and listen to that, you guys.
Thank you for that. Danielle is looking for some advice. She says, how do I tell my husband that I want to have a threesome? I'm very sexual and he is not. He feels like it would be complicated to have the third person jealousy and whatnot. I think it's just sex and that is it. I feel like it is something I need to experience, might even be a bit bi-curious. I enjoy sex with him tremendously, but would love that experience. Anyway, I don't know how to bring it up again without hurting his manhood.
Once again, communication is key. Just talk.
I go back to that list, yes, no, maybe,
Yeah.
where you could do with a partner.
Yeah, do that.
Write down a fuckload of things. You
Yeah.
can get this.
Like hot wax on your dick.
Yeah, you can Google
Would you
this.
put a yes, no, or maybe?
Exactly. Create your own
What
list.
do you mean
Or
exactly?
there's
You're
some.
supposed to answer the question.
What are you trying to do the yes, no, maybe with me? Hot wax on your dick?
I just
I'll say
wanted-
maybe. Yeah.
Oh,
Any-
you're fucking so full of shit right now.
You don't know shit about me in the
Someone
bedroom.
but if someone poured hot wax on your nipple, you freak out. I can't imagine hot wax on your dick.
I wouldn't give a fuck if someone poured hot wax on my nipple. I can't feel anything in my nipples.
What would happen if you tried to get the hot wax off your dick once you poured it on your dick?
Hopefully it would congeal.
Ew.
It sounds like a clone of Willy anyway.
All
Make a
right.
mold of it.
No, it's different. Way different.
Okay, wait. How do you know?
Hot wax.
Have you had it?
I've experimented with wax before because those are those candles that turn into wax, and sometimes it can get very hot, and you don't want to have it anywhere near your genital.
All right. Noted. Why are we talking about this? Daniela, to start the conversation, I recommend the yes, no, maybe list. I'd also recommend doing this outside of the bedroom and having an honest conversation.
And-
Otherwise, it's going to weigh on the relationship.
And I think another good idea would be to describe something you saw on TV or in a movie and say, oh, that looks interesting. Would you ever think of doing something like that? Or talking about some friend of yours that did it?
That's a great idea, Mother. Andrea says, I absolutely love Wednesdays. When I'm working, it's like I'm hanging out with my best friends. The lulz. XOXO. Same to you, Andrea. We love you very much.
Well, why don't you explain why she says she loves Wednesdays?
Because that's when we publish the episodes, Mother.
Well, in case people didn't realize that, that's when we publish our episodes. I just thought the sneaky freaks would like to know.
Yeah, you got it. Oh, Bella said Cecilia is right on point. I too wish I was in the area and lucky enough to pop up on Cam's Hinge. My partner teases me sometimes because he knows I have such a crush. Also, I think Karen Lee meant dendrites, not dendrils, in reference to memory.
Okay.
Just have to say that. Love y'all, Bella. This
Thanks,
is the
Bella.
best text I think we've ever gotten.
Yeah, because they said she's got a crush on you.
She compliments me
and
and she shits on you.
Yeah, that was not nice.
That's the perfect.
But I actually think it's good. She didn't shit on me. She just like
Corrected?
educated me. Yes, and
dendrites, not dendrils.
dendrites.
You
is
do
what-
this shit all the time.
I know. I inherited from my mother.
Ironically,
She
it has
does
to
the
do
same
with
thing.
memory.
Ironically, I'm not surprised about that, considering the fact that I have no memory. It's been gone for several years.
You don't have enough dendrites in there.
Yes, because it's all been smoked away by weed. They've shriveled up. They've turned into little leaves and they fell off the tree.
All right. I would like to say two very important announcements.
Uh-oh.
Number one, on Wednesday, which is the day this is
third.
going to air.
Yes,
March 3rd.
March 3rd.
At 5 p.m. Pacific time. There is a Sneaky Freak Patreon party. Do you want to recommend people to come or what?
I think everybody would enjoy coming to one of our Patreon parties.
It is so sweet.
Especially those people who are saying, "Oh, I want to be best friends with Cam," or "I want to."
They want to date Cam.
I want to date Cam. I want to stalk Cam. This is the way to do it. You go on our Patreon
What
party.
kind of fucking mom tells the people you want to stalk Cam, become a $5 patron, and you can stalk him?
No, that's the way you can actually, meet up on Zoom with the sneaky freaks and see everybody in person.
We have
see their exotic animals.
We have such a wonderful group of people that show up every month.
Yeah.
It's just such a fun time to hang out. We spend an hour. We shoot the shit. It's just a beautiful group with beautiful hearts. It's wonderful.
And you don't even have to be on camera. You can just be off camera. You can just listen. You don't have to participate. You can just.
They got to be on camera. It's lame as fuck if they don't show up.
Okay. Well, some people are very, nervous the first time. I'm giving them out. They don't need to be on camera.
Well, anyway, if you want to join us at patreon.com/sextalkwithmymom. That's where we post the link. patreon.com/sextalkwithmymom. Another important announcement.
Another one.
The following day, for anyone on Clubhouse who wants to hang out.
Your favorite app. And the dirty old man without his pants on.
The dirty old man without his pants on will be hosting a pleasure podcasts hang on Clubhouse.
I recommend everyone go to this one because you're going to get educated. You're going to hear the craziest shit. If you think we talk about sex, the pleasure podcast people talk a lot about sex.
That's my sex podcast network that we are both part of.
Of course.
That I run. That's my whole day-to-day job. And our hosts will be hosting a little panel. And it will be phenomenal. Join us. You can follow me at Campoter, Campoter, on Clubhouse, and it will be in my bio, the event.
And do you want to give them a couple of people that are showing up there?
Yeah, we got the Shameless Sex hosts coming.
Woohoo!
We got the Private Parts Unknown hosts.
Woohoo!
Sluts and Scholars are coming.
Woohoo!
And Sex Talk with My Mom is coming, baby.
Oh, yeah. It's going to be a great panel of experts and sexperts and comedians.
It's going to be phenomenal.
I guarantee this is going to be funny.
I also wanted to thank you guys for leaving a rating and review. It's still so huge for us. It really helps us. And you can do so by going to
ratethispodcast.com/mom.
It tells you exactly where to rate it. And I would like to read one. This says, I love you guys so much. I've been listening to you guys ever since COVID started, and you guys really are amazing. You guys helped me through a lot of my rough times, and Cam even got me into meditation.
Wow.
You guys are so funny. I can never get enough of you. And to anyone else reading this, I highly recommend listening to the podcast. 5 stars from Alicia.
Thank you, Alicia. Oh, what
Alicia,
a beautiful
thank you
tribute.
so much.
These reviews really, they just get to me.
That is, if we could provide you any solace during this time.
Or any time, for that matter.
I think I just got emotional. Now I can't breathe again.
Oh, God, here we go.
Thank you, Alicia. That was beautiful. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
All right. On that note, we got to close it up. I gotta do a nasal rinse or something. Do you think it's appropriate for me to use my sister's nasal rinse?
Oh, my God.
What?
And let me tell you about the birds and the bees and the flowers and the trees and being with a son who kvetches these.
That's how you want to end the show. All right. We love you guys.
Bye.
Bye.